Hey everybody, I'm Dave McLaren and thank you for watching CLF Research. Today we're going to do a project update. This is, got the pick guard off already. This is Project POS Machine, hashtag Project POS Machine. You can see it on our CLF Research Instagram and Facebook. Some of the work that's been going on. But I thought what I'll do is I'll just kind of do a little video where we pull a lot of the bits together so you can see what's happened so far on this project. Let's take a quick look at a couple of the pictures. So you can see what this guitar looked like at the beginning. It has these two MFD pickups that are sort of wound, that are operating sort of as a humbucker with the switch that can have series, single, or parallel. So that was really a cool mod that Robert did to it. Also, Robert added this cool pick guard right here that I can see is done by the Chandlers. That's cool. Shout out to Paul and Adrian. But anyway, so here's the neck that it originally came with, and it's kind of wonky, so we're building the neck, and we wanted to do some fun stuff with it. So, okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to build a new neck, so we had to prepare a blank for it. So, first thing we have is a little video of the truss rod channel. So this truss rod channel, this is going to be made for a modern dual action rod as opposed to this compression style rod the old neck was made of. And then we got a little still picture. This is after Manny has rolled out some tight bond glue on it. And if you were watching us last week with Project 1K Rehab, some of this may look familiar, but we're going to have some bits that are a bit fresh this time. Here's Manny putting the fingerboard on, so he's laid down the glue and he's put the fingerboard on. And oh, here's a picture of me staring underneath the Taylor press. But the next picture shows what actually happens in the Taylor press. So you've got these fingerboards, you've got these neck blanks with truss rods in, fingerboards on, glued up, and they're put inside this press. You can see in the picture they're kind of stacked up. Now they're squeezed together under pressure overnight, so that way the glue dries out and these things are really nicely bonded together. You don't want a loose bond between your fingerboard and your neck blank. That would just be kind of gappy. You don't want that full. You want actually maximum kind of wood-to-wood contact in there, right? Okay, here's a little flyover, and you can see the fingerboard is glued onto the neck blank. In fact, you can see little remnants of the glue dried on the outside of the neck blank. Here's a shot of Robert's neck on the neck blank. Now we got a little shot. This is where the first thing when we're on the machine after we have the fingerboard glued on is from the back side we start drilling for the tuning keyholes. So that's what's going on in this video. And then after that, we flip it over, and then we start doing work on the headstock scoop. Again, if this looks familiar, like last week's video on Project 1K Rehab, yeah, it's the same kind of thing. Here we have a picture. This is what I go through, so you can see this. I've got my CNC, the door is open, I'm leaning in there, I'm getting blasted with wood chips, and yeah, that probably is not OSHA compliant stuff, but it's my company, so I can do this for you. And here we have a clip of the Technora right angle head. We're doing the slot for the nut and the slots for the press. Okay, here's a shot here. We have Robert's body is out in the wood shop. Why? Because we're custom fitting this neck. Where it's not just making a neck and then you put it together at the end. No, we want to tailor fit this thing. So here's the body out there, and here you can see the neck after we've already done some slots on it, but we still have a chance to adjust the sanding of it. Doing a test fit in the neck pocket. Another angle of it. Yep, was looking pretty good. Now we're looking at the back side of the heel, and it is yet to be drilled for the little disc. You can kind of see where there's kind of a dark indentation now right near the end of it. That's from what was the micro tilt ball here. So that spot, we're going to drill that out and put a little micro tilt disc in it, the same we did with the L1000 neck on Project 1K Rehab. That's going to be necessary for the 3-bolt micro tilt to pivot against. It pivots against this steel disc rather than just pressing against the wood, which would not be cool. Okay, here's a couple other pictures. Here you can see how the headstock's looking here in the lab versus the original headstock. And now we're out with Malcolm, and the first thing we wanted to do is do a little test. I wanted to see if we could make something called RP1. And I call this the ransom note approach, because what we do is we took little pieces of different logos, chopped them up, and Malcolm arranged them. So we used R and P from Rampage, and I think .1 came from an SB1. And so we did it on this headstock just to try it out. And today, we did the real thing. Here's a couple of the ones we did from the trial, so you can see there's the R and the P that came from the Rampage. And a couple of shots. Here's Malcolm laying them out. And when you lay these water slide decals out, they tend to want to move around. So when he's got one letter and another letter and each one's cut out, all these things want to shift around. So it's the tough thing for him is to get them positioned when they tack down. That's a tough thing. It's like if you're not careful, it looks like you have teeth that need to go to the orthodontist or something. But Malcolm's pretty good at getting that here. That was probably weird stuff, but whatever. So since the ransom note approach to making this RP1, since that went well, today we went for the real thing. So we're going to pull up a video here of Malcolm. He has the neck for Project POS machine. You can see he's taping off the nut first. And now he's going to lay down some finish. Because before we can do anything with the logo, that's not going on bare wood. That logo is going to sit on top of some finish. So first thing we're going to do is lay down some finish. Oh, here's a nice one. You can see him working on the headstock. I like that one. Steve, that was a good shot. Okay, now we're back to Malcolm's bench. This is where he has to do the ransom note approach. This is actually the first time I'm seeing on the video, so I'm hoping this looks good. Steve said it looked good, so here we go. He's rolling out the G&L. Yeah, that's looking good. Okay, here comes the R. And RP is for Robert POS because this is Robert's guitar. And here comes the P. And the .1. I'm going to guess this is the point where he's trying to massage these things around a little bit, because when they first go down, there's no way he's going to hit 3 of these things in a row nice and straight. So what he has to do is just get them down, and while they're tacky, he's using his razor blade to just kind of move them around a bit. I'm going to assume by the time we got to the end of that video, he must have nailed it, right? Oh, crap. Yeah, there it is. There you go. Good job, Malcolm. Yeah. See, we wanted that to look like an official decal. There was this model, an RP like Robert POS 1. And Malcolm did that beautifully. So I guess after that, we follow up with some finish on top, because we really want this thing to come out and look like it's, look like it's from the period. It looks like that. It feels even better. Not like here's a new neck and we wanted his guitar to come back and feel like an old soul, but even better than it did. No, here's a clip just of flying over. This is the neck just hanging out in the wood in the paint shop because it's got to dry. That looks good. That looks really good. And here's a still hanging on the rack. Yeah. So that is where we're at. So once that dries up, we have a little bit more work to do it. We're going to have to do the work on the nut. Obviously, it's just a bone nut. It's a blank nut, so we have to do the nut work on the nut, frets. We have to do assembly and so forth. So what we're going to do is the next video will be just kind of the wrap of putting this together. And also, we're going to do We're just going to have a little fun plugging it in, just show you what this sounds like, because I mean, anytime you see this, and you knew this came from an SC1, and this bridge pickup is the same as an ASAT Special. When you're thinking about that, and you go, oh, if there was another pickup right here, what's that like? Yeah, we know. You want to hear what that's like. So we'll get somebody cool in to do it, make this thing do some cool tricks with its new neck on, and hopefully that'll be a lot of fun. And we'll look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Take care.